What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. That's the clock on you, my guy. Di Maria, are you coming to Juventus? What's the situation going on with him? We'll talk about it. We'll break it all down, as well as the other moves that Juventus are going to make in the Mercado. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today, it is Thursday, June 9th, 2022. And of course, I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus, all the news you care about each and every day. Make sure you smash that like button. Like I said, harping on it, smash that like button, guys. Come on, hit that like button. It's free. It really helps the channel. If you like what we do here, if you have fun in the lives, all that good stuff, hit that like button. We got more cool content coming for you in the coming weeks. Stick with us, and we're each step of the way. Also, hit that subscribe button, join the community we have here, and hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Before we do anything, let's just actually, you know what? No, I'm not taking the time. I'm not even going to do it. I was about to go into the little bit of the topic about, Paulo Dybala and his crocodile tears, and about how stupid everybody out there looks that was sad for Paulo Dybala or wished him well or for cheered and did all the nonsense, whatever. I'm not even going to spend any more time on it. Paulo Dybala, burn the shirts. I'm kidding. Don't burn the shirts. You don't need to burn the shirt. But there shouldn't be any honors for Paulo Dybala. That's it. That's the last I'll speak on it for today. Let's move on, though. Let's talk about the actual news today, what we have going on here. Well, very first up, we were going to talk about the right and the left backs that Juventus are looking at in this Mercado. Tuttosport has an update saying that Juventus are working on a double operation to reinforce both flanks. On the right, the only target is Molina, designated as Cuadrado's heir. Negotiations with Udinese are already underway. There is confidence to find an agreement, but time will be needed to find the right formula. At the top of the list on the left, this is like screaming into my hands, is Emerson Palmieri. Returning to Chelsea after his loan at Lyon, the excellent relations with the Blues may help close the deal. Renan Lodi is more complicated, while interest in Grimaldo has cooled down. Not great stuff. Obviously on the right side, yeah, Molina, good situation going on there. Continuing those talks, especially after Pogba, Di Maria, all that's settled and all that's done. Definitely focus in on him, sign him, whatever you got to do. That's good. But when it comes to the left back side, I'm guessing Udogie is just, I guess the situation, the reason it's reading like this is because Udogie is not going to end up moving until next summer or next, whatever Mercado it's going to be. But I'm sorry, Emerson Palmieri is not good enough. He is not the quality that Juventus needs. You might as well, you're going to end up being stuck with the likes of, an Alexandro clone. Instead of being full Brazilian, he's half Brazilian, half Italian. There you go. That's what you got. Great. Even me, the Italian shill, that does nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. I'd rather have Udogie, who's also Nazardi, but is a much better player and has a much better future moving forward. At least I presume that. Could be wrong. We'll see. All right, let's continue on, though. Let's talk about the Di Maria situation. What's going on there? Well, we have Fabiana Della Valle, who's talking about that, saying that Barca have officially left the Angel Di Maria deal in the past few hours due to questions about the Argentine's age. For the Fideo, therefore, only the offers of Juventus and Benfica remain. The latter, however, less attractive than the one from Juventus. The old lady cannot wait forever for the player's answer and is looking around. In case the Di Maria deal falls through, Bernardi is at the top of Juventus' list. But Zaniolo and Mudryk? I may say it wrong. I don't know. Mudryk are also liked. What can I say that hasn't already been said about the Angel Di Maria deal? The situation going on with it. If I'm Juventus, I would have stuck to my guns. 24 hours. 24 hours. I think right now would have been past the 24-hour mark. 24 hours, yes, no. If not, we're moving on. We're moving on, Di Maria. I'm done with your nonsense. We already got rid of one drama-laced Argentine. We don't need another one. That's how I look at it. You have 1 year. If you want the 1 year, get it done. If not, we don't have the time to pussyfoot around with you. We don't. I'll get to the other half of this later because it definitely comes up in our show. Let's continue on the second part. Romeo Guidetti also gives his comment basically just saying with each passing day, Angel Di Maria moves further away from Juventus. Even yesterday, there was no feedback from his entourage, neither positive nor negative. Not a good sign. I mean, at this point, if I'm Juventus, I would have moved on. If you do not have an agreement and you do not have a deal right now, after all the nonsense that's been going on, it's time to move on. Di Maria is a very good player. I would like to have him play at Juventus. But do I think it's worth all the drama that's ensuing around this? No, I don't. I think at this point, the Mercado's about to open here shortly, and you still don't have him locked up because he's still over there flirting with the idea of trying to go to Spain. I get it. You only want to play 1 year, and honestly, I still have strong opinions and worry that Di Maria will shut it down after the World Cup. So maybe he's not really worth the pursuit that Juve has really given this. Maybe you should go after another guy. I'm not saying it's Berardi, but I'm saying maybe you should go after another guy. Let's continue on with what we have here now. We got to talk about Berardi and the situation going on with that. Tutto Sports reporting saying that Juventus and Sassuolo contact for Berardi. The player is ready for the leap in quality. Now he's ready. Years later, he's ready now. Now he's ready. Almost, you're getting close to 30, but now I'm good to go, guys. Thanks for holding up. Thanks for waiting for me. When I'm not as impressive, to be honest. I know all you Berardi fanboys. I see you. I see the comments. I'm sorry. I don't like your boy. I am an Italian shill, not for Berardi. I don't think he's the quality. Would you take Immobile? Is that who you want? You want to bring Immobile in here? You think that's good enough? How's Lazio doing? How's Sassuolo finishing in the rankings? How they doing? No? Not great? Okay, shut up. All right, let's continue on. Around 30 to 35 million euros, and the deal can take off, and there is a willingness to agree to terms. Attention to Zaniolo yesterday. Cherubini did meet with his entourage, which must have been what Romeo Guidetti was kind of talking about. They're kind of hinting at that things could change today, so we'll see if any more news falls out from that. The player, Zaniolo, has already accepted his destination as going to Juventus, but it's complicated to overcome the 50 million euro valuation that Roma have, even if the option of McKinney remains. So you could use him to lower that price. I still think Rovella would be the guy that I'd try to throw in there because I'd hate to lose McKinney right now. Still, I would still sacrifice McKinney if you can get a deal done. I think Zaniolo I think he's got potential. And I understand, I'm not trying to make this whole thing a Berardi versus Zaniolo thing. It's just, to me, I don't like Berardi. That's it. I don't like him. I mean, yeah, I understand. He may come to Juventus and he may do great things. And maybe I will be proven wrong in the end. I would love for that to be the case. But nothing about what I've seen from the player, especially playing also for the Azzurri, nothing of that convinces me. And that's why I sit with it. Let's move on. Let's talk about the striker position, what's going on there for Juventus. Well, right now, we have Tutto Sport with an update saying they're still looking for that backup option. The hunt for Vlahovic's deputy. Yesterday's summit in Milan between Arnautovic's entourage and Juventus, the Bianconeri have reiterated the strong interest in the Austrian, but convincing arguments will be needed to wrest him away from Bologna. My 2 cents is real quick. He just doesn't excite me. That's it. I don't know. He's a backup striker. I don't really care that much for him, if I'm being honest. The other options are more appealing to me, and I'll get to them now. Contacts with Sassuolo, also for Raspadori, valuation close to 35 million euros. If you're spending 30 whatever million euros to bring in a player from Sassuolo, it should be Raspadori. It should not be Berardi first. It should be Raspadori. If for some reason you get both of them, I doubt it. Fine, whatever. I can deal with Berardi then if I'm getting Raspadori there. But if you're telling me you're picking one or the other and you're picking the older guy who has less of a future ahead of him and has more to show, not that exciting, I'm sorry. Not on the Berardi train. Not on it. Raspadori should be the guy. Anyway, continuing to say, easier for Muriel and Simeone, who can leave with a 15 million euro offer. Again, Muriel would be a solid option for sure. Simeone, we'll see. Who can leave with a Werner would not be transferable for Chelsea. Gabriel Jesus towards the Premier League. So those two are less likely. To me, I think if I'm looking at this one right now and I have to pinpoint one guy, it's Raspadori. Raspadori is a guy I think should be the guy that Juventus look to in this Mercado. Continue on. Now we're talking about the Ligt situation. What's going on with him? Should we worry? Tito Sports updating you regarding that, saying that Chelsea target De Ligt. A super bid could change the scenario. The Dutchman is not the only name on Tuchel's list. United would also be ready to sink the blow for the Juventus defender. Next week, Juventus and Rafaela Pimenta could meet, and there is optimism that the deal will be renewed until 2026. 8 million euros plus 4 million in bonuses to be spread over several years and lowering of the clause. I'll be honest, not as confident as I used to be. Now, whenever I see stuff saying that there's confidence in a deal getting done or there's optimism, we've seen the way the last few reports have gone for Juventus. We've seen the Di Maria stuff. Maybe Di Maria gets done now that potential other options that he really wanted to go to are backing out on him. But I am not, I don't know. I don't favor this. I don't believe right now that I feel good about Juventus's chance. Not when it comes to De Ligt, but the Di Maria situation. With this one, I would hope De Ligt would want to stay. I would hope he's built up enough goodwill with the fan base, between himself, and even the coaching staff. I understand Allegri, think what you think of him, but Allegri, if you're willing to go in and maybe give him the captain's armband, maybe show the proof that you trust in him and the future of the club is in him, then that's a way that I would go if I'm Juventus. I would show him that he's wanted, and I understand that's what the money's for. That is what the money's for, but that's what also the bonuses are for. They are captain's armband, stuff like that. So that's what I would do it there. I'm not as confident though that he couldn't be lured away in this Mercado, especially given how much they're pressing on lowering the fee and all that stuff, lowering the release clause, all that. Talk about another player that could be interested in Juventus. We talked about Di Maria earlier. Could this guy, and again, I know there's lots of reports saying that this isn't either or. It's not a deputy kind of option, but he could come in as a second guy, but he definitely is up there in the list. Potential to come to Juventus is that of Kostic. Right now we have Fabiana Della Valle reporting saying that Eintracht Frankfurt are pushing for Kostic's renewal, but the player is stalling as he is aware of Juventus' interest in him and could leave for a cheaper sum, 10 to 15 million euros. In the past few hours, there have been new contacts with his agent. There's already agreement in principle with Juventus, and the offer is for a 3-year, 2.5 million euros per season. It is not a priority, but it is a track that the Bianconero club is following with great attention to reinforce the squad. So again, not a lot of news there when it comes to Kostic, but again, we'll see what happens. We'll see if he ends up signing that renewal with Eintracht Frankfurt or if he holds on and Juventus end up going for him. But as it seems right now, it still seems there's not a lot of moves going from Juventus. They're not moving for him yet. So that's maybe they are actually still waiting on Di Maria, and maybe his potential of coming to Juventus is really contingent on if he is or not. So we'll see. We'll keep monitoring that every step of the way. All right. 2 more things to go, and let's talk about the winger situation right now for Juve. Nico Balice comes out with a report just saying looking for that Juventus have options for wingers that are not named Di Maria. Juventus are being cautious. Alternatives are ready if some of the targets should fall through. There is a very strong interest in Mudryk, a winger from Shakhtar who is valued around 10 million euros. I know nothing about the player. Shocker, right? Surprise. Justin doesn't know. I don't know much about him, so I couldn't give you a take on him. You guys let me know if you know anything about him. If you've watched a lot of Shakhtar and you've watched him, let me know your thoughts on the player if he's an interesting get for Juventus. 10 million, obviously a cheap option. David Neres is also intriguing. The Brazilian was already under observation and discussions are underway, but competition from Benfica is strong. Context for Kostic, like we said, but pressing of Eintracht for the renewal remains. Asensio is also in Bianconeri's sights. The Real Madrid player has not excluded an early farewell. So there are some other options that Juventus could go at for wingers. Would they go alongside him, the likes of Di Maria, or would they be instead of him? I guess we'll have to wait and see how this will end up turning out in the Mercado. Now, the last bit of news of the day is talking about Leonardo Bonucci and not really being promised that he is going to be the starter. While he will be the captain of the club for next season, he's not promised to always start. So Corriere dello Sport are reporting that before accepting the call-up to the national team, Bonucci had a discussion with Massimiliano Allegri. The central defender, despite having already been chosen as the Juventus captain, knows that he will not play every game as a starter. At the moment, the 4 central defenders are Leo, De Ligt, Gatti, and Rugani. It will have to be seen how the Bianconeri will move in the market. There's the Koulibaly dream, the Demiral situation, who seems destined for Premier League. So, well, obviously, I think right now, the way this could move and this could not fall apart, but this way this could transpire is maybe if Juventus end up getting that big time center back. And when I say big time, maybe not big time, Koulibaly would be. I think Badiashile would be a good one. There's the Gabriel route. There's all those different options that we could get. I think if you get one of those guys who seem to be the center back of the future to play alongside De Ligt, you're going to get a lot more maybe split time between him and Leonardo Bonucci alongside De Ligt to really see and develop that chemistry and really move forward for the future, because Bonucci shouldn't be that much farther behind Chiellini in his retirement age and his retirement days. Plus, we've seen Bonucci without Chiellini, and you see what you get there. It's not nearly the same level of competition and the same level of player than when you have Chiellini maybe dragging him along with him and really, developing him better. When it comes to the players they currently have to use, Gatti and Rugani, Gatti remains to be seen. Rugani, I've never been high on. He had very serviceable games last season under Allegri, but I don't know that I trust to put my faith in him playing a lot more games. So we'll see how that continues to develop. Koulibaly obviously would be a great get, but Demiral, I don't see him actually staying with the club if he does come back, because he wants the starting role. He wants to play a lot. Anyway, that'll do it for the news today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you fed up with the Di Maria situation? What are your thoughts there on the different Mercado moves? Berardi, Zaniolo potential, De Ligt. If he doesn't go, how upset will you be with De Ligt? If he doesn't end up renewing and he ends up going to the Premier League, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Make sure you follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter, as well as Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.